and welcome to another Zenphi tutorial. In today's video, we're going to be going over how you can automatically add dynamic information to a table inside of a Google Doc. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Now, the first step to any Zenphi flow is to set up your trigger, which in Zenphi is the action that starts your flow. There's different triggers that you can choose from. For this example, we're using the Zenphi form trigger, meaning it's going to start the flow whenever a form submission is submitted. To be able to build your flow, you're going to click on this box here. You'll be able to add as many fields as you want. It looks very similar to a Google form with some additional benefits as well. For this example, we're using a repeating section, so we're going to be adding as many items as they select to our table. Now, to be able to actually insert the table, we have to create a template first, so go ahead and create one in Google Docs. Make sure you indicate all of the placeholders needed. And then we'll be able to see, for example, if in the form they select 2 items, we'll see that it adds 2 rows. If they were to select 10 items, we would see 10 rows. Now, if we look at the output of our form, we do have a submit time. However, if you want to change the format that's displayed in, we can use the current date time action, and you're able to select different formats in case you want to add that to your template as well. Now, to actually be able to generate the quote, what we're going to do is use the create document from template action. You want to go ahead and set up your connection to your Google Drive, which is going to grant Zenphi permission to be able to access your doc template. Now, here where it says template file, you're going to click on the drive icon here to be able to select the file that we want to use as a template. In destination folder, we want to indicate the folder in which we want to save the Google Doc that we'll be generating. So make sure you click here and then you're able to select any of your folders. And then for the document file name, we want to indicate how we want to save the file. Now, if you want to insert information from previous steps, like for example, the initiator email here, you would click on this chain icon and you can get information from the previous steps, from the form, from the trigger, etc. This action also allows you to be able to generate HTML and PDF, so make sure you enable those options if that's something you're looking for. And then you want to make sure you load the placeholders. Now here you're going to be able to replace all of those text placeholders, whether that be the requester's email, the date it was requested, etc. You can also add images here, so in just one action you'd be able to replace not only text placeholders, but also image placeholders and table placeholders. So now down at the bottom we want to indicate the name of our table. Now, so that Zenphi is able to locate our table, we need to indicate a table placeholder. So if you look here, the unique placeholder has to be in the first cell of the first row. So here I have written quote request, which is what we can find here. So just make sure you write the table placeholder here so Zenphi is able to find your table. And then you're able to replace all of that information. So here for quote request, I'm going to change the column name to quote number, and then you can indicate the rest of your placeholders here. As you can see here, item, quantity, order number, I've added those here, and then you can choose where you want to add the information from. So after you choose the table items, which in this case are the items that were selected, which I got from the form, so it'd be these right here. Now for those, I'm able to click on the path, and I'm able to get the field from here, whether that be the item requested or the quantity. However, for the quote number, I am going to be adding that from our previous action, so I can get that directly from here. So depending on where you're going to be getting the information from, you can select either the token picker or the path. And then last but not least, I want to go ahead and email this to the requester. So we're going to go ahead and send the email. Here you can write a fixed email if it needs to go to someone, or you can use the token picker to be able to send it to the initiator's email, like so. With this action, you'll be sending an email on behalf of a Gmail account, which you can connect by clicking on Create New Connection. Down at the bottom, you're able to modify the email. You can change the subject, you can change the body, and just make sure you attach the final PDF. And now if we were to do an example, I can fill the form out. If you want to add any new items, you would click here, and then you'll be able to keep adding to the repeating section. And then this is the final email that the user or requester would receive. So if we open up the PDF, we can see it added the email, the date, it replaced this information, it added the quote number, and all of the items as well as their quantity. And that would be everything. If you have any questions, make sure to leave them in the comments section and check out the rest of our tutorials where you can find other use cases as well. Thank you so much for watching.